What are you doing, fucking idiot? God damn. Why the fuck do people stop for no fucking reason? Oh, holy shitballs. Welcome back, everybody! So, more people are killed by cars every year than AR-15s. And it's because of fucking idiots like this that should not have a driver's license. She is stopping for absolutely no reason in the on-ramp, making it more dangerous. Jeez Louise. Making it more dangerous to people to try to merge with traffic that's going 65 miles an hour. She wants to stop for absolutely no reason. She doesn't know what she's doing. We need car control. We don't need gun control. Look, you know, they're like, oh, well, people should have a license to get a gun. It's like, why? We give people a license to have a car and they do stupid shit like that. They kill, 70,000 people a year on the roads because people can't drive. And it's the exact same thing with gun licensing. Just because a person has a license to own a gun isn't going to make them safer with the gun. Just because somebody has a license to have a car doesn't make them safer. They text on their phones, they talk on their phones, they crash into each other all the time. So, anyway, that's my rant about car control versus gun control. Actually, I do those quite a bit. I'm just glad that I got this Pruveeo C2 to prove it. Hopefully one of these days I'll be able to... Oh no, traffic's going to stop. I hate it when traffic stops right here. The reason that traffic always stops right here is because there's a bend in the road, and everybody freaks the fuck out because they're like, oh my god, the road turns, so everybody stops. So what we're going to do is we're going to get off on... no, it's not that bad today. We're going to go straight. A lot of times I'll get off there on Weird Canyon and then take the canyon past all this. But the good thing is, you'll get to see how none of these knuckleheads over on the left know how to drive. Everybody just thinks, oh, I'll get on the freeway and I'll get in the far left lane. So they jam that lane up. And then as soon as the road turns, like it's going to do up here in about 300 feet, everybody jams on the brakes because they're like, oh my god, I can't see around the corner. And then you're going to see what happens. A quarter mile down the road, we're going to turn right here, and then it's going to veer to the right, and then it's going to veer to the left. And then it's going to go straight, and then magically, everything is just hunky-dory. Once everybody gets to go in a straight line, they're like, oh, okay, we can go back to... We are doing 30 miles an hour on the freeway on a Saturday morning at 11:57 in the morning. This is how traffic is in Southern California. It's not even 12 o'clock on a Saturday, and we are in bumper-to-bumper traffic. Doing 6 miles an hour. We were doing 5, but then we sped up. Okay, now we're back to 5. Hey, 6 miles an hour is a lot better than 5. 6 miles an hour is 20% faster than 5 miles an hour. You guys really need to see the silver linings in these dark clouds when you get the chance. You don't understand. Now we're doing 12. That's twice as fast as 6. We are rocking it, folks. We are getting there. We are getting where we need to go. Getting where we need to get. I am on my way out to the horses, as some of you may have noticed. From the last video, I passed the same 91 eastbound down, rolled up in again. So we're headed east. We had a little bit of rain this week, which is nice. Everything's starting to turn back to green. Actually, I've been surprised. This whole last year, Southern California has remained remarkably green. Like, normally it's the color of that, the side of that mountain that you see right there, that kind of khaki-ish, tan-looking coyote. Those are our normal colors here in Southern California, but with all these rains that we've been getting from that 150-year drought, that never happened. Thank you, Dems, for making everybody skip showers and not flush their toilets for 3 days because we gotta conserve water. This is the 150-year drought. If we don't conserve water now, we're all gonna die. Then 2 years later, we got all of the aquifers, everything's all filled up, 130% of normal. Whatever. So, look at how nice and green those hills are. This doesn't even look like, does it look like we live in a desert? No. But technically, Southern California is a desert. That's what a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people don't understand a lot of things. Like, on my Jimmy Dore video, I'll play up here since I have all this extra space, this room up here. I posted this video about Jimmy Dore yelling at the Democrats because they're all getting corrupt and they're all shifting further left. And this one guy's like commenting on it about how they're not shifting left, they've always been right wing. And I was like, okay, never heard that argument before. Let's go down this rabbit hole. So if you guys want to check the comments and read it for yourself, it's kind of interesting. But now it makes me think, I'm like, I don't get a whole lot of comments. I only have 115 subscribers. Yay! Number 115! Thank you so much for subscribing. It doesn't tell me who subscribed, but I think at this level it should. I should get a notification for every single person that subscribed. I should see their name, and I should be able to send them a message that says, individually, thank you for subscribing. Because, you know, like I said, you know, there's not a big difference. A lot of people don't think there's a lot of difference between 5 and 6 miles an hour. But if you look at it on a percentage basis, that's a huge difference. So yeah, going from 114 to 115 is a huge difference for me. That's, what is that? That's, you know, what is that? 0.8%. I just increased my channel by 0.8%. That's pretty good. You get 0.8% increase in anything, you know, you do that enough times and eventually you get up to, you know, 200 people. So, like I was saying, I was chatting with this guy, and obviously he's been fed a lot of garbage and is too lazy to go and actually dig out the actual information for himself. And that goes a lot to, you know, what the Democrats, that's fine, Mr. Newport Lexus, you can almost take off my front bumper. That almost happened to me the other day too. I know that the camera doesn't make it look like it's that close, but that guy was probably 2 feet in front of my bumper. I didn't have to jam on the brakes like my other one, but... So, anyway, so we're chatting back and forth, but here's the thing that these guys don't realize is that they say, hey, we're just going to tax the rich. We're just going to tax the rich, and they're going to pay for all the free health care and all the free college. They're so short-sighted that they don't understand. These guys didn't become rich by just laying down and saying, oh, okay, well, I guess if you want to take an extra $10 million from me every year, I guess I'm just going to have to pay it. No. Trickle-down economics, okay, we all know that doesn't work, but trickle-up definitely works. If you charge all these rich-ass people an extra $10 million, do you think that they're just going to lay down and be like, oh, yep, I guess I just got to pay that $10 million? No. They're going to pass that cost on to their employees. They're going to give themselves, let's say you charge them 50% tax, and that costs them $10 million a year. They're going to raise their salary, you know, $15 million so that it covers the tax. They're not going to raise their salary $10 million because if they raise their salary $10 million, they still have to pay that $5 million off of that. So what they're going to do is they're going to raise their taxes, or they're going to raise their salary $15 million, so that when you take off that $5 million for the 50% tax off of that extra $10 million, and then that extra $10 million for the taxes, now they pay nothing. Okay, well now their company has to absorb that $15 million pay increase for that guy. So either they increase the price of the goods that they sell to absorb that $15 million increase, or they don't give anybody any raises. Anybody that works for them, no more raises until we can absorb that $15 million. So no raises. Oh, don't hire anybody else new because we just got hit. Our company just got hit with $15 million in new taxes. So now they're not hiring new people, which makes what happen? What had happened? Oh, now the unemployment rate goes up because nobody's hiring new people. And then what about the people that work there that aren't getting raises? Well, they have to do more work to accommodate the people that they can't hire because the CEO, who's rich and smart, doesn't want to pay an extra $10 million. So the bottom line is, if you raise taxes $10 million on a guy that owns a company, you're actually taking $15 million out of the economy. Because he's not going to pay those taxes. He has to bump his salary up $5 million to accommodate so he can make the same amount of money. Then he's going to take it out of all the pockets of all the people that work for him. That's trickle-up economics. I don't know if that's the actual term. I just made it up because I figured that's the opposite of trickle-down economics, where they say, hey, we're going to give you guys a $10 million tax break, and we hope that you'll let it trickle down to all your folks. That doesn't work. You know why? Because rich people are smart. They didn't get rich by being stupid. And rich people are greedy. What does a man with money want? What does a man with power want? He wants more money and he wants more power. And apparently, if you're Jeffrey Epstein, who didn't kill himself, you want 16-year-old girls on an airplane to your own private island. That's why that happens. So, just tax the rich doesn't work, you freaking morons. You know, they're so short-sighted. They're like, well, you could tax the wealthy 1% at 90%. And I think there are 330 million people in America. If you distributed, if you just took the top 1%, took all their money and redistributed it to everybody, I think that gives everybody like $100,000 or something like that, $150,000. Sounds nice. I'd like to have $150,000. But what are you going to do with it? You're going to pay off your credit card bills. Maybe you pay off your mortgage. Maybe you put it as a down payment on a house. What? That $150,000 will be, even if it was $1 million. Even if hey, that guy's got a Marine Corps vest on. Hoorah! So, anyway, even if you, like my Econ 101 professor put it to us like that when I was a freshman in college. Oh, that's another thing. This idiot said, well, college isn't accessible to the poor. I grew up poor. I was on welfare. I know what Medicare or Medicaid, I can't remember which one we were on. I know how that works. We were poor. My mom had 6 kids. She was single. She made bad life choices. She didn't want to work for anybody else. She always wanted to do her own thing. She ran her own businesses, all of which failed. But, you know, hey, that is such is life. You grow up poor, you see that, and it's like, with a 3.5% unemployment rate, there's absolutely no reason that anybody that wants a job can't get a job. The way I put myself through college was I joined the Marine Corps, I got the GI Bill, so when I got out of the Marine Corps, I used the GI Bill, plus I worked a full-time job, 40 hours a week, and a part-time job, 20 hours, 28, between 20 and 28 hours a week, depending, to put myself through college. Did it suck? Yeah. But that's the thing that people don't understand. If you give people free college, it negates all of the hard work that I put in to get my degree. Like I said, I had to join the Marine Corps. I had to work 2 jobs, and find time to study and get laid every now and again. That takes a lot of work, a lot of effort. There's a lot of lost hours of sleep going on there. That's why a bachelor's degree is so valuable. It's not, if you give people free college, then it turns a bachelor's degree into a high school diploma. It doesn't take a whole lot of effort, and it takes zero money to get a high school diploma. You know what? The hard thing about college, college isn't any more difficult than high school. It honestly isn't. It doesn't make you any smarter. I mean, by the time you're 18, you're pretty much as smart as you're ever going to get. So, either you're intelligent or you're not at that point. College doesn't make you smarter. Look at AOC. She's the dumbest ass bitch I think I've ever seen in politics, like, ever. And this is how you drive, folks. See, this rig wants to get over. He's got his turn signal on. I could easily cut him off. And then this dumb motherfucker to my right wants to try to fucking inch in. It's one left, one right. So I'm just going to push him off to the shoulder so that he gets the understanding, hey, this is a zipper, retard. So, those three people got in front of the rig, so I let the rig in, and then the dumb motherfucker behind me doesn't understand that concept. But anyway. College, the only reason that employers like to see a college degree is because it shows that you had commitment, that you have drive, that you can actually see a task to the end, that you can fulfill your goals. Finishing college is a goal. You set out a goal. You're like, bam, I want to get a degree in whatever. You set your mind to it. You do it. It should be tough. It's supposed to be tough. You're supposed to make sacrifices. If your sacrifice is that you had to get loans, or if you're smart enough, or, if you're in a protected class that you can get grants or whatever, good. Take the grants. But you have no honor if you took out a loan that you have no intention of paying back. Because the whole thing is, you're getting that loan so that you can get a job that pays more than if you didn't have that degree. Now, you're supposed to be an honorable person and use that extra money instead of working a $20 an hour job, you get a $30 an hour job. Like I said, that doesn't seem like a whole lot, 10 extra dollars an hour. That's a 50% pay increase. So theoretically, 50% of your pay should go to paying that loan, to honoring your commitment. If you don't want to pay back that loan and you don't want to honor your commitment, then you are a piece of garbage. I've been trying to, like I said before, I've been trying to clean up my language. I really have. But I'm very passionate about this kind of stuff because just like when people in the military, like this crate club that I keep hearing the commercials for, they're like, oh, this is Navy SEALs and Army Rangers and Special Ops guys are putting this stuff together for you so that you can get a good deal, and this is the stuff that we would use. And then you look at the reviews on it, and it's absolute garbage. And these guys are using their title as SEALs and Spec Ops and Rangers or whatever, even just veteran. They're using it to swindle people out of their money because the stuff is absolute garbage. They're taking honor away from actual veteran-owned businesses like Grip6, the belts that I wear, the ones that I bought, the ones that I did the rave review on, the one that I'm wearing right now. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, that one just popped in my head for no reason. That's a legitimate company. These belts legitimately are comfortable. I'm wearing one now. For the last month, I've been wearing this one every single day. It has a little bit of a memory from day to day, But I have noticed that if I wear it one day a little bit shorter or a little bit longer, it goes away. Because, you know, like I said, like my waist size adjusts a little bit forward and back. But anyway, yeah, don't take away the honor of those who sacrificed to get a college degree. You don't have to be smart to get a college degree. Look at AOC. Biggest idiot I ever seen in my life, ever, with a college degree. But it shows that she does have drive, she does have dedication, and she does set out to accomplish her goals. If nothing else, you could take that idiot and put her in a job and say, hey, look, your goal is to do A, B, and C by the end of the week. She's probably going to at least try to do it. Not like some lazy asshole who's like, well, give me free college because we have free K through 12. That makes no sense. So what? So people can stay out of the workforce longer for 4 more years, have an excuse to stay in their parents' house 4 more years. Well, I'm going to college, so I can't get a job. I have to study. Bullshit. I worked 2 jobs, 1 full-time job, 1 part-time job. I was working an average of 70 to 78 hours a week. And going to college, I was only taking normally around 13, 14 units per semester. So it took me 6 years to get through college. I'm not saying I was like some superstar student. You know, basically what I did was I would sign up for that many units, and then I would really super concentrate on like 3 classes and get like A's and B's in that one, and then just get like a C in the 4th class. I didn't care about GPA at that point, because I know I wasn't going for a master's or a doctorate, and I'm not trying to get into Harvard. I just want to, go to school. I just wanted the piece of paper to put on my resume so that I could get a sales manager job, which I did. A sales manager, making $150,000 a year, doing everything awesome, living the life. And then I discovered I hated it. And I was like, you know what, screw that. I'm going to go back and I'm going to go I was just like, I'll do construction. That's another thing that bothers me. Why are they pushing so hard on free college when what they should be doing is, hey, let's devote more money, because not everybody can go to college. Not everybody has the knack for school. They're so burnt out by the time they get, through high school that most people are like, you know what? I just want to trade. If anything, they should, in K through 12, the guys that are in wood shop, the guys that are in metal shop, auto body, you already know what they're going to be. Why not make their last 4 years once they get into high school, why not make those their trade? 4 years of trade, they get out, they get a trade. Like right now, I do HVAC. I make more than I did as a sales manager. So what does that tell you? I wasted all of that time, effort, and energy into getting my diploma for a job that I hated. I hated it. I hated my manager. I hated the vice president. Actually, I didn't hate the vice president. Actually, I hated the original vice president, who then the president stepped down and made him the president, and then now the vice president was the president was the vice president, because he was just slimy. So anyway, I'm here at the horses. We can pick up this conversation on my Ghost X helmet cam, and I'll see you in a minute.